Word of warning to gamers anywhere, do not let your kids play this game, otherwise they will experience this. Kid friendly, right? Until Dawn, the hit PS4 game from August 2015 and produced by Sony Games, and of course tells the story of a prank which a group of teenagers play on two sisters, Hannah and Beth Washington, and in which it goes horribly wrong and the two sisters disappear, and on the anniversary of their disappearance, their brother Josh invites the gang up to the lodge on Blackwood Pine so they can all have fun and move on. Forget last year ever happened. However, things quickly turn sinister as the gang faces the ultimate fight for survival, as they not only have to survive a psychopath that's out to fucking murder them, but also a group of fucking cannibal-like monsters, the Wendigos. Now, my mate Stephen introduced me to this game in January this year. I had never played it before, though I was intrigued to play it when I heard about it. I just didn't have a PS4 at the time, but now I do, thankfully. I very luckily got one in summer, and I got this game for my birthday, so although this review is a little late, what better time to talk about it than now? And I'm so glad I did play this game, because this game is truly a masterpiece. It has an amazing concept which is the butterfly effect. Your choices, the smallest choice can dramatically change the future. It's your decision throughout the game which of the characters live in this situation and which die. And if you love these characters, you better keep them alive, because if you do even one thing wrong, you're going to lose that character. They are going to die and you're going to regret it. But you can keep all the characters alive, or you can kill them off. It's up to you. Rarely have I seen a game that gives you this much choice, this much freedom, that gives you this much control of the flow of the story, rather than being forced to follow a direct storyline in which you don't have any control. It's one of those games that makes you want to play it again, because the first time I played this game I fucked up. I was not happy with the resolution, but as more I learned about the game and the more I improved my decisions, the more I understood the story, the more I was happy with the resolution. And I have played the game loads of times, and I know exactly what to do now. But what this game's story does infinitely better than most horror games and movies, and the horror genre for that matter, is the characters. These are some of the most incredibly well written, well developed and fleshed out characters I have ever seen in a video game. Our 8 playable protagonists consist of Sam, Ashley, Chris, Jessica, Mike, Matt, Emily, and last but not least, Josh. While some of these characters you'll like more than others, if this game did not have the compelling, lovable characters it did, it wouldn't be as powerful, it wouldn't leave that impression on you. It certainly left a profound impression on me, because me and my mate Steve, we love these characters, and we wish we were in the game to befriend them. That's how much we love them. Now, Sam, of course, is the protagonist, as played by Hayden Panettiere. While she probably doesn't have as much character to her, she is very plain, pretty much, and very simple, and the kindest and most sensible of the group. But I love how she's so strong. She's the only female character in the game who doesn't need a man to save her, and who doesn't need a love interest. All the other characters in the game are pretty much boyfriend and girlfriend. They're pretty much couples, well, apart from Josh. Josh is the only male character, just like Sam without a girlfriend, which makes him and Sam form a pretty close bond. Chris and Ashley are the sweetest couple I have ever seen. So they risk their lives for each other, well, depending on your choices. If you make all the right choices, they will fall in love and kiss at the end, because they're a bit nervous about talking to each other at first, but in the end they become the most adorable couple I've ever seen. I just went multiple times. While Mike and Jessica may seem very close at first, their relationship can be very double-edged sword, because Mike does betray Jessica by cheating on her with his ex, Emily, and not only does he never tell her what a dick, but as the game goes on, you gradually warm up to Mike. He does become more brave and heroic, especially when he charges out to rescue Jessica from the Wendigo and befriends a wolf in the sanatorium. And Jessica, I know a lot of people don't like Jessica, as well as the fact she's barely in the game. Even if she survives, you don't see her again until pretty much the 9th and 10th chapter, where she has to escape the mines with Matt. While at first she may seem like a very well, the stubborn girl who likes all expensive things, she does have a soft side to her. She really cares about animals, where she comforts a deer that's been bitten by a Wendigo. And Matt and Emily, well, Matt is a really nice guy. Depending on whether he finds out that Emily betrayed him, then he is pissed off throughout the entire game and hates Emily forever for that. You can even choose to just abandon her on the watchtower and let her die, but their relationship status will drop to 0. And if you side with Jessica during her fight with Emily, because Jessica and Emily used to be great friends, but once Jessica becomes Mike's girlfriend, there's a great rivalry between the two. And if Matt sides with Jessica, Jessica and Matt will escape the mines together and probably actually get together at the end of the game. Now let's talk about Emily. Oh boy, she is the worst character in the game by far. Throughout the entire game, she's a complete bitch to everybody, thinks of nobody but herself, and she never shuts the fuck up. She treats Matt like shit and cheats on him and never tells him. Even when Ashley does rightfully get scared if Emily gets bitten by a Wendigo and tells Mike to, well, get her out or shoot her because she didn't know what would happen, wouldn't you be scared too? If Emily finds out the bites aren't infectious, she will just slap poor Ashley. And I think Emily is pretty much the character that everybody purposely kills off. And yet Emily's the character that actually calls for help at the radio tower. Now, of course, it's revealed that the psychopath who's trying to murder them is Josh, because Josh is such an interesting character. He's mentally disabled and he's feeling so much grief and loss over the tragedy of Hannah and Beth. He just wants his sisters back, so you can understand his motivation for putting that prank on them and putting them through all that shit, but that does not excuse his actions. I mean, what he did to his friends, they didn't hurt him intentionally. They didn't mean for Hannah and Beth to go missing. He's just a complete prick. So, yeah, I think Josh is also a character in the game that people purposely killed off. Josh is the worst male character, Emily's the worst female character. All these characters have a relationship status. They have a bar for honest, charitable, funny, brave and romantic, and their relationship status with the other characters can either go up or down depending on your choices and the butterfly effect you create. And regarding the character of Dr. Hill, he never serves much purpose to the story other than to be Josh's conscience. However, he is creepy as hell and those scenes add a lot to Josh's character. The gameplay is simplistic, I mean really simplistic, but that works. You press the left and right stick to make decisions for the characters, and you have to get the quick time events by pressing the triangle, squares and circle button. If you miss these quick time events, shit will happen. But of course, Josh is far from the only threat on Blackwood Pine. The Wendigo, of course, are the main antagonists of the game, and their leader, the Makapisu, who shockingly turned out to be Hannah, who actually survived the fall that last year and ate Beth's flesh just to survive, and cannibalism consumed her. Now she's turned into a cannibal golem-like monster. The Wendigo are some of the scariest fucking things I have ever seen in my life. Yeah, you should not move with a Wendigo, and only try and kill them with fire and a flamethrower. If you do the slightest thing wrong around the Wendigo, they will tear you apart. So they will destroy you. I had to learn that the hard way. The game looks beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So this is one of the best looking games I have ever seen, period. I'm not kidding. The graphics here are beyond mind-blowing. It looked like a real mountain, real snow, a real wind. I loved Blackwood Pine. It's an absolutely lush, beautiful, creative mountain that I wouldn't mind going to if it wasn't haunted. And the lodge itself is so cozy and welcoming, but at the same time has a very creepy feel to it. Yeah, props to the graphics team for designing the landscape around Blackwood Pine. Not only does it have a lodge, it has the cabin Jessica and Mike go to, these mines where, and the sanatorium, all such haunting and atmospheric locations. Yeah, this, while it pretty much takes about 8 hours to complete the entire game, the quickest way, if you stick around, there's plenty of clues to help you figure out what's going on, because there's so much mystery throughout the plots that keeps building up to a brilliant payoff. There's plenty of totems to collect, which show you the future, a major decision a character's going to make, or a character's death. If you collect enough totems, it shows you a great backstory with the flamethrower guy's grandfather, who hunted down the leader of the Wendigo, the Makapitu, and the miners who were trapped in a mine and were driven to cannibalism. That's how they became the Wendigo. This game does such a great job with introducing mythology and backstories of Blackwood Pine as well, so it's far from a boring location. Yeah, the flamethrower guy is a great character too. While he really isn't in the game much, we see him a bit in the beginning and we think he's an enemy at first, but he turns out to be actually a really nice guy who's trying to help them, which was a great twist. Sadly, you can't save him. No matter what you do, he dies anyway. But I think his death really heightened the tension and upped the stakes and made these kids feel, oh my god, how are we going to survive without him? The soundtrack of this game is absolutely amazing. Words cannot describe it. I love the death song at the beginning. That sends shivers down my spine every freaking time, and the music is very quiet and calm when it's a quiet setting, but when things get intense, when shit goes down, the music gets intense as hell and heightens the suspense. As much as I absolutely love this game, I can't deny it does have some little nitpicks that maybe could have been improved. The resolution of the game, where all of the surviving characters are being interviewed, we never find out what happens to them. We never get true closure. Did Chris and Ashley get together? Did Jessica and Matt get together? Did they find out that they were both cheated on? Did Sam ever get a boyfriend? Did they ever go back to Blackwood Pine? You really want to know. Why did they have to make the female characters the damsels in distress? Why couldn't the female characters have more brave moments, more badass moments? Because the male characters get many brave and badass moments, but the female characters pretty much are scared and the things to be saved throughout most of the game. Oh, dear writers, have you ever heard of gender equality? But those little nitpicks did not ruin my overall love of this game. This game will go down as a true horror classic. It is, in my opinion, the greatest horror game ever made. You may disagree with me, but I think it's better than Slender and Amnesia, and even better than Five Nights at Freddy's, because it does what those games didn't do. It has the characters, and you decide how the game goes. those are the best kind of games where you have control over the narrative.
I give Until Dawn 5 stars out of 5.
If I had to pick a favourite character, it would be Ashley. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. What do you think of Until Dawn? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google+, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.